Alright guys, welcome back to some more Marvel Future Fight with Charles. Today we're going to do something special, so we're going to complete our beginner's guide for the first week. So if you guys haven't checked out my other videos, there are going to be links down below for the beginner's guide for the whole week one. So the first 7 days when you start an account. So I've been giving like tips and tricks, also like kind of the goals you want to achieve to get ahead as fast as possible, in the game. Looking at for today's video, we're finished, so we're gonna do day 5, day 6, day 7, and I'll give you sort of the conclusion to the whole week. So looking at the game modes that we're going to be doing, obviously we got special missions, we got daily missions, epic quests, all these. You're going to be farming a lot. For the daily missions, I highly consider doing the ISO 8. Day 1, you can clear the 4th one with Chavez. If you play like even a little bit manually, you can easily clear this. You always get the chaotic ISOs, but these ones change. So these ones will change color depending on what day it is. So that's always great for building characters. So if you're really out of gold because you've been rolling a lot of ISO 8s, or you've been doing a lot of card rolling or card upgrading, you can do 1 gold, but I definitely do minimum 1 Norn Stones, because every day you'll be building at least 1 character. So yeah, those Norn Stones are very useful. Special missions here, we'll be focusing on Sandman still. Sandman is great for Alliance battle, normal, extreme. Also Dr. Octopus is good, so we're going to keep farming Dr. Octopus. We're trying to get him to 6 stars from the story missions. In the first week, that's very important for us, since we're going to try and get to Shadowland, floor 5 by the end of the week. Epic quest, you'll be either stuck at the Nornstone research, or you'll be stuck at the memory mission. If you're farming Mordo, you can farm all the way up to mission 5, I think. Yeah, I think mission 5 or 6 you can clear on autoplay. For the Wolverine quest, you'll probably be at Rogue, farming Rogue, so I don't know if you can get to Beast in week 1, but I think it's possible, like day 6 or 7 you can like get to Beast. So yeah. And the challenges, Villain Siege, Cinematic Battle, just more rewards, why not do it? And you already got Thor. If you get a uniform cell, highly consider getting the low-key uniform. So the low-key uniform. Also get the Thor uniform. You get all these rewards from this game mode that are amazing. So it's also a long-term project that you're working on. If you get these uniforms, you'll get great cards and great rewards from all these bonus rewards here. So at the end you get this Loki card, which is probably the best for free to play. The other Loki card on my main account, I can't really find a spot for it. The best roll you can get on the blue stats are like energy attack, all attack, and max HP, I think. And all my cards have critical damage on them, and I don't know if I want to mess up my critical damage and then have to go back and change all my characters because they don't have critical damage maxed anymore. So yeah, so week 1, so this is my 4-week account. So I already got Quicksilver unlocked. I already did, like I said, I finished doing the spreadsheet for the 1 month guide, since I'm a couple days from being 1 month. And yeah, so I'll be doing a 1 month guide following this guide. And for week 1, we're focusing Proxima. We're trying to get 5 clears of Proxima. That's kind of the first priority, so that you can get Quicksilver. You can look at his, what type of missions you have to do to unlock him, and you start combining those ISOs or enhancing those ISOs. I think that's a mission for him. Yeah, so that's for that. Challenges, we have Villain Siege. Try to get to hard, try to finish hard mode. There's a small trick where you can use multiple 6 stars. So let's say I go with Captain America and I fail. Well, I can restart with Thor, and the HP bar is still going to be the same. It's not going to reset the HP bar. So you can try multiple tries with your multiple level 60s. If you got the uniform, it's not that hard with Thor or Loki. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for the daily, game modes. Arena, you're gonna be doing Alliance Battle and Timeline. Timeline Battle, I made a video for like tricks and tips on how to get crystals at week 1 and moving forward. For me, week 4, I got 60 crystals, so that's pretty decent for beginners. Daily reset is pretty soon. Actually, it's right now, and I scored this much. I realized that Dr. Octopus can actually be good for Extreme Alliance Battle. His 5th skill protects him from the silence. And yeah, this is just a beginner's account. I'm already scoring higher than everybody else. Yeah, don't forget to vote for the Alliance tournament. I got a lot of gold. Always vote for the underdog, or like, if you look at this side, Dream is gonna beat everybody, so I don't vote on this side. I mostly vote for Wanted. If I'm like a safe bet, you can vote for Plurk or Korea if they're like having a good week, if they have a good draw. But you can see Wanted is with Korea and Marvel Generals, so Wanted is probably gonna beat all these teams. So you don't want to vote for any of these guys. You can probably go for a dark horse on the bottom here. Plurk is good in tournaments. I don't know about these guys. I don't think these guys are standout names. And yeah, this side is all Dream, so don't vote for this guy. So if you want to go for dark horse, you can go bottom right. If you want to go to the safe bet, go Wanted. That's kind of like my general rule on Alliance tournament. Dark horses are nice, but I tried voting for a dark horse last week. I think I voted for I forget the name. I forget who I voted for, but they lost in the first round, so I didn't get much gold. So it's kind of a risk. Yeah, it's a risk. Dimension Rift, if you can get the 3 rewards. Reset is in 30 seconds, so I didn't get 3 rewards today. It's kind of sad. If you have a lot of veterans on your team, on your friends list or team, it can help you with the rifts. I'm just been like farming my own rifts. I put a rift on my main account. I try to get in on this account, and yeah. For the lab, guys, always try and rank up your shop and this antimatter generator. You want to try and get these 2 as high as possible. Yeah, so I'm at 2 rows here, and this is great for gear up kits. Also great for debris if you don't do dimension rifts a lot. Also good for gear up kits is this thing. If I can get to it, processor is very good. Level 5, you can get the gear up kits. So you just need to be level 5. I think everything else for beginners is not useful. So you need to get that antimatter generator high level to get that. Start making those from the processor. So those are kind of the tips. If you guys got lucky from the event mission from CTPs or cards, that's also a great boost to your progress. So we're gonna go down. Alright, so For day 5, we're gonna build Captain America. Day 4 was building Iron Man, and if you can, rank up Dr. Octopus to 5-star or 6-star, whatever you're at. Day 6 repeats the same thing, all these daily missions, Sandman, Dr. Octopus farming, Villain Siege, all the way to hard, Mortal Road, Proximal World Boss, build Dr. Octopus. You're gonna use the XP chips, you know, if you do the gold daily mission, you can use their XP chips on Dr. Octopus or whoever you're working on to level 60. And yeah, and then the rest is extra grind. By day, I mean, if you get the uniforms and you're on the hard grind, you can definitely clear 5 floors of Shadowland by day 6. But the ultimate goal is 1 week. You want to clear 5 floors of Shadowland, and that's because special mission characters are super long to farm. They're all very good for Shadowland, but they're super long to farm. Alright, so I'd get Sandman, Mysterio, or Kraven, you know, in that order. Some people like Kraven better than Mysterio. I personally like Mysterio better. He's like newbie friendly if you're not good at gameplay. Kraven too is a little bit newbie friendly, but not as much as Mysterio. I mean, if you have bad cooldown on your cards, you can play Mysterio. If you have bad cooldown on Kraven, that's a little harder. So today just resetted. Yeah. So so looking back at the beginner's guide, you're gonna try and clear 5 floors of Shadowland, week 1. And that's the goal. If you look at the order, I'd say floor 1, Captain America, floor 2, Iron Man, which is probably the hardest that you'll ever do in week 1, floor 3, Chavez, floor 4, Dr. Octopus, that's the villain's stage, villain floor, so you don't have a choice to use like Dr. Octopus or Loki. I doubt you'll get Loki to 6-star, so Dr. Octopus is your bet. And Sharon Rogers for number 5. So that's kind of the order: Captain America, Iron Man, Chavez, Dr. Octopus, Sharon Rogers. Yeah, if you really have difficulty on floor 2, which is probably the hardest, like I said, it's Iron Man, really hard to play, especially if you don't have good cooldown on your cards, not fun to play. You can replace him by Reyes. So on day 7 you get Reyes from the 6-star selector and 7-day login event. So try to get, if you can gear him up, give him a good ISO, you know, good obelisk. You know, you can try and replace Iron Man because he's a pain to play on week 1. Everything else is pretty easy. Dr. Octopus, fairly easy clear. You might lag the damage with Captain America, but you can boost his damage with Punisher leadership, or you know, anything, any other leadership or team ups. So yeah, so we're gonna look at our spreadsheet here and kind of look at these tips and conclude, you know, this beginner's guide that I've been working on, that I'm still working on for the 1-month guide. So on the 1-month guide, we'll be grinding characters to get to 10 floor Shadowland and unlocking Quicksilver. That's the goals. So you have to unlock Quicksilver, you have to beat all the world boss 5 times except for Infinity Thanos. And that's why we're doing 5 clears of Proxima first week. That's 1 mission right there for Quicksilver. And then hard grind is for experienced players or players that have a lot of time to spend on the game. And then you know, you want to build Dr. Octopus because villains are short. Since we didn't pick Titania, we need Dr. Octopus for floor 4 of Shadowland. Yeah, so I would focus on those 5 characters, you know, get them well built, get them geared up with good ISO sets. Everything else is extra grind Everything else is in the hard grind because you don't really need those characters. It's just extra progression. And yeah, this is kind of the summary for hard grind, normal grind. So you can see there's a lot more level 60s, and you know, there's extra stuff that you know you don't really need. If you get the uniform during a uniform sale, you know, that's why I put in the hard grind, because not everybody's gonna have a uniform sale by week 4 or by the end of the week, not by week 4. But by the end of the week, not everybody's gonna have those uniforms, so you can't really rely on that. If you get lucky and buy those uniforms for Thor, Loki, Spider-Man, they'll clear Shadowland floors for you instantly. Maybe not Loki, since you can't get him to 6 stars this early, but Spider-Man at 5 stars will clear the floor. So yeah, so that concludes our progression or guide, you know, for this series, sort of small series I've been doing. If you guys want me to do another spreadsheet, you know, have any ideas of spreadsheet, I did a character spreadsheet, which is, you know, just the beginners from week 1 characters, but I can definitely add to that, make another spreadsheet similar that will add to the character list, and you know, more details on what ISO says. You know, I made some very broad you know, generalization in the first beginner's guide, so you don't spend all your gold running ISO sets trying to get overdrive. But you know, when you're an intermediate player and can clear 15 floors of Shadowland, you got like a Quicksilver, or you got a native tier 2, then you can kind of start rolling for specific ISO sets and looking for very specific obelisks for ABX, or like PvP for Conquest. So yeah, so that's everything that, you know, I can think about. You know, extra spreadsheets, 1 month guide that I'll be working on soon. So that'll do it for this video. Thanks for watching this series. I'll put a lot of links down below. If you miss any videos, if you miss any tips videos, I'll be putting a lot of links down below for the spreadsheets also. So yeah, so you can go down there, everything's available. And yeah, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching, thanks for the support, and I'll see you on the next video.